Here we are with another Tesla trade. It's April the 8th, 2025, and we are at 12:16 p.m. All right, now you're looking at the 30-minute time frame right now. Okay, we're on a 30-minute time frame. So you don't see much movement on the candles, but this is where I was watching the play happen. Also, the profit and loss is right here if you want to keep track before the end where I tell you what my total is. Take a look at the profit and loss as it fluctuates here on the right under positions. This is the Webull app. All right, so this is a day where we waited. We wanted to give the market some time to do what it was going to do. As you can see, I'm looking on the 30-minute time frame, and there is a gap between where the stock closed yesterday and where we are now. So I'm looking for us to fill the gap. We came right around the 20 period moving average, which is this green EMA, this green line here, right where the red candle, almost in the middle of this 30-minute. I'm sorry, we switched to the 15-minute time frame, but right in the middle of this candle, you see. So we're looking for some power to come from the 20 period moving average. I also want you to take a look at this green candle here and see that we has this big green candle at 244.17, followed by a red candle that takes out the bottom. It closes below the bottom and it starts our trend down. The reason why I didn't get in earlier is because I was afraid. I was concerned that the moving averages would serve as a support and we would bounce off of those. And now that we are on the other side of this 20 period moving average, it looks like there's nothing but open airspace for this thing to drop down to close the gap here. So right now, that's what I'm looking at doing. We're already up 6% on this particular option. We have a 210 put that was about $2.25. So about $225 is the collateral that we put up. All right, and we're already up 10%. All right, and again, man, this bear market has been a little tricky. It has thrown me off. Even though I typically play puts, I don't know why. I just have not been as confident. But I have learned a major lesson, which is position sizing. Yes. I feel a lot less stressed in this play right here because I am managing the position size. And look, here we go. We are coming down. Power bar from the 20 period moving average. And I'm looking to close the gap, which is the top of this candle right here. It has a little small wick at the top. All right, so we're looking to fill this gap here. I also I feel good about this trade because I didn't snatch at my profits. All right, now we're on the 15-minute time frame. I also want you to pay attention to the fact that we got into this because of the 15-minute opening range break. So this entry is coming right after we closed and then retested. Okay, we closed and then we retested the opening range, the bottom of the opening range. That first 15-minute candle, we moved around, then we closed right below. As soon as this candle opened after we closed, a quick little retest, I jumped in, and we're under the moving averages, all of them. All right, so I'm happy with this entry. Now, something that I've been also trying to work on, and this hasn't always been going in my favor, is not snatching at my profits. So this is an example of a time where I didn't snatch at my profits and it's working out in my favor. See right here, We're pulling back, but I'm already up 13%. That's $31. Now, I think another issue is that I'm looking at the P&L, so I'm gonna consider covering up my P&L. I don't know exactly. Maybe I can just hit that positions arrow and it'll hide it. But I want to hide my P&L, and I just want to do the trade. All right. But right now on a 15-minute time frame, it's a lot more quiet. It's a lot more quiet. I mean, you see the fluctuation on your P&L, but you don't see too much movement on the actual candle. But it's okay. We still collecting. Because again, we are looking to see this thing come down and close the gap. We are looking for it to close the gap. Now, where I have we are looking for this, and it's coming. We're moving down. We're moving in the right direction. We up 22% right now. $50, 22% of $225. As you can see, I also learned this. When I'm in the put, as the put moves in the direction, in the right direction, as the put moves in the right direction, as the put moves in the correct direction, the value of the put goes up. So you might start with a 13 delta, and as we move in the right direction, that 13 delta turns into something else. Okay, so again, look right here. So we got in at 223. We switched to the options chart, and as you can see, the options chart is a little bit different. The options chart is showing us the moving averages that are above us. So we're looking at a 20 period moving average and a 200 period moving average. The 20 period moving average is at $3.18. Okay, so that might be the first resistance that we're going to encounter on this move up on the options chart, even though it's in fact a move down on the stock chart. All right, but this allows us to set a stop loss and to take profit. All right, so I'm putting this, I'm considering setting the take profit at 100%, which is 227. So this would be at about 450. All right, so we entered at 223, and if you look to the right, it says 450. All right, but we would have to make an adjustment. Now we're up 70 right now. We're up $70 on this particular trade. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead over here, and I want to see both of them. So look, boom. So as you can see, the stock chart is on the right. All right, this is where we enter, and as you can see, all of the moving averages are behind us, and we are dropping down to close this gap. But on the options chart, it looks a bit different. On the options chart, you can see that we have the green moving average above, the red moving average above, as well as the yellow. So we got 297 as a resistance, 332 as a resistance, and 398 as a resistance. That could knock our stock back down, and I can't all the way gauge where the gap close would be on the options chart. I believe it would be right here at this 200 period moving average, 332. All right, so again, on the higher time frames, it's less noise, less trickery. It's sometimes it could be a little less time to react. But as you can see, we look like we got a big red Marubozu candle. All right, coming from the moving averages, pouring down to turn the faucet on. All right, so you see on the stock chart 72, on the options chart same thing, but the stock chart we're moving down. On the options chart it looks like we're going up. So you got to really pay attention. Like, some of this stuff is very simple in concept but complex in delivery. So you got to be able to differentiate between, see, look at that, see that 15-minute time frame, that pullback right there looks pricey. So it's like it's snatching out gain. The buyers have stepped in within this 15-minute window, and they like that price. So whatever that price was, that's the bottom of this wick, that was a price where buyers stepped in and said, okay, we'll buy Tesla at that price. But again, we're looking to close this gap. And this is another thing I'm realizing, when you are in a bear market, you got to control your risk. You got to be a little bit more mindful, patient. So it is taking a little longer to make the same kind of money I was making before, because I need a bigger move, which means I need to allow more time, and I need a bigger move because I'm putting less money up. So it's easy to make $100 when you putting up $1,000. Okay, but it's a little more patience required to make $100 when you putting up $200. Okay, so $1,000, 10% of 1,000 is 100. All right, but with $200, you need a 50% return. All right, so it takes a little bit more time. So right now, if we would have put $1,000 up, we would be up 20%. We would be up $200 right now. Yeah, if we would have picked $1,000 option, we would be up $200 right now. All right, but because we have a lower valued option, we have to have a little bit more patience. We need a little bit more of a complete move. All right, so that's why you see people with the big money, they can come in here and make $5,000 off of one candle. They could have been in and out 20%. Okay, so keep that in mind. So don't just focus on the dollar amount. Be mindful of the percentage, because it's hard to get 20% on $200. You're not going to get that almost anywhere. But we still want more, because we're not focused on the P&L. We're focused on the move, the chart. All right, now on the options chart, you see that thing wicked, big wick, pull back. That's like a red candle. All right, but we want to focus over here on the stock chart. Sometimes this options chart, I realized, has been throwing me off. But now I learned that I can pull them up side by side. I can set my stop loss and take profit on the options chart while watching the move happen on the stock chart. So again, we are looking for a continuation to close the gap. So this might be a pullback. We might pull back to the 20, might pull back to the 38. I mean the 48 EMA, the yellow line. And you just gotta be careful. You gotta be mindful. You gotta stay focused. You gotta be patient. But really, I can't stress this enough. The concept, the strategies can be easily understood, but you have to be able to implement them. Your efficiency with the platform that you choose, whether it's Robinhood, Webull, Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Moo, whatever it is that you're choosing to use, you have to be efficient with the platform. All right, you need to know how to, not just when you do a market order, how do you get mid price instead of the ask or the bid. And look at that, a little pullback and then more continuation, flushing to the downside, looking to close this gap. And it's looking like the gap might in fact be the 200 period moving average. And we up $91. Yeah, 43%. So this is a good return. This is a very good return. So I haven't set a stop loss yet. Look at that, the nice jump. Nice jump. We at 111, 112. And we passed the 200 period moving average on the options chart. And we have closed the gap on the stock chart. So we gotta be mindful. Now we up to 115. 122. I just saw 122, 50%. So this is another thing that I gotta work on. I gotta work on my profit targets. You know, but again, it's this closing of the gap that was my target. Now I don't want to lose this 100. It's starting to pull back, and it's 12:33, which means we're on a 15-minute time frame, and we have about 12 more minutes to go on this particular candle. So I don't know if, you know, this could be the reversal candle because we kind of pushed down early. So this thing could reverse on us. I'm not all the way sure, but I don't want to find out. I'm very happy with a 50% return. This also could very well be the bottom of the range. Yeah, so look, we're starting to pull back. It's starting to give me a wick. So I'm gonna look. Considering getting out of the play at this point. Yeah, let's zoom in. Let's get a better look at what's going on. Thank you. Let's get a better look at what's going on. Okay, so we want this candle to continue to push down. If we get another retest, because that's what that was. It touched, it came back. If we can get a retest of this this support, this closed gap, we're gonna go ahead and get out of this position. Because it has served us well. Our patience has served us. Keep in mind that we took this trade near the 20 period moving average, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let that go over your head. Yeah, it took a little longer though. We at 12:35. We normally not trading during this time. We've been trying to show off with that early morning move, but I'm learning that sometimes you can get a little bit more meat on the bone if you wait for certain things to show up in the market, kind of get to a point where they can't cross you up no more. They got a shot clock. It's only so much time you can dribble in a circle before you got to put up the shot. So we back them into the corner, and now it's nowhere to go but down from these moving averages. Don't let that go over your head. Appreciate y'all for tuning in this long, watching. I had to take a little break. Not gonna lie, your boy was getting burnt out from all things stock market, and I took a Gatorade break. Now I'm back like I never left. I got fresh eyes, fresh energy, and I'm ready to make this money. And don't sleep on the investing side of things. Day trading is cool. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's take this money. Day trading is cool, but we also got to have some long-term wealth plays. So look out for some videos that's going to talk about not just buying options, but we're going to sell options too. Oh yeah. All right, let's get up out of here. 115, 50%, 112. I like it. Peace and love, good people. And I hope you get rich. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel. Peace and love. And I hope you get rich.